Welcome to Three Blind Mike's podcast. Follow their journey as John J. the Real Hot Rod, Cletrodamus, and Portis the Assassin deliver the bottom line on the greatest pop culture entertainment debates of then and now. The Three Blind Mikes won't know the topic until the show begins, which surely will lead to an unscripted and uncensored good time. Now, let's go in blind on the road to nowhere.
Alrighty, folks, thanks for stopping by to the podcast. I am John J. the Real Hot Rod, your host, and today with me are my brother-in-laws who are our co-host of the day, Cletrodamus. How you doing, Cle?
Good, Jay. Good. Cletrodamus, right. The Oracle here, ready to give the predictions that will set the world on fire with their brilliance.
And my second brother-in-law, and I'll explain this brother-in-law thing here in a little bit, it is Portis the Assassin. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm about 2 beers in. And some people have asked me what kind of assassin I am. I'd like to think I'm more like Lee Harvey. I'm a bit Lee Harvey Oswald for those who don't know that. I'm a bit mysterious. I may have done it. I may have not done it.
Yes, absolutely. Not to interrupt Portis the Assassin, just for our viewers, Portis the Assassin has never been officially cleared by the FBI and the Kennedy assassination.
Right. I also like Lee Harvey. I like a good sweater, and I can't seem to hold down a job. So
that is great,
which is good because I can do stuff like this.
Absolutely. On the down low and the downtime. So, guys, this has been long overdue. We've been attempting to get this done. And I feel that it's only fitting that our first pilot episode is to tell the people, who we are, what we're about, how we came up with this idea of Three Blind Mics, okay, on the road to nowhere. So basically, I am John J. the Real Hot Rod. And I think, Cleet, you gave me that name, the Real Hot Rod, years and years ago of a little mix of Dennis Rodman and Roddy Piper.
Absolutely, folks. And you're going to find out John J. the Real Hot Rod is just a mix of that, a mix of personality, a mix of fire, a mix of charisma, all the characteristics we love. We love. Between Dennis Rodman and Roddy Piper is a mix between that John J. the Real Hot Rod.
Yeah, that's awesome. And basically, you heard the word brother-in-laws. Cletrodamus and Portis the Assassin are my brother-in-laws because I married their sister over 27 years ago. And
we still are kind of.
Yes, folks,
it's taken us 27 years to accept that.
We made him sign an oath 27 years ago that one day, should the technology ever develop, that he would do a pop culture podcast with us, folks. Called Three Blind Mics and the Road to Nowhere. That was really kind of what sealed the deal with us allowing him to marry our sister Carrie. Isn't that right, Portis?
I think there was a lot of alcohol involved, and
that's true. That's true too.
Drugs, but maybe.
Yeah, some psychedelic mushrooms, I think, were part of the arrangement as well.
The ritual.
All right. So basically, I live in Ohio, okay? And my favorite form of entertainment is, and it's borderline, it is between professional wrestling or sports entertainment wrestling and video gaming. That's kind of a tie for me. But enough about me, Cletrodamus. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much, Hot Rod. Folks, I am Cletrodamus, the Oracle, a man who once successfully predicted 7 days of the week in a row that Tuesday would come after Monday, Wednesday after Tuesday, Thursday after Wednesday, Friday after Thursday, Saturday after Friday. And I pretty much stopped there because I didn't feel like I needed to astound the world with my predicting skills after that. But I am a pop culture geek, like the Hot Rod. I love professional wrestling. I love movies. I love mixed martial arts, music, you name it. Anything that can get me just to not have to think about work, pop culture-wise, that's where I go, folks. So I'm here in the great state of Iowa, where I've been for, gosh, lo and behold, over 20 years now.
Oh my!
And I'm so excited for all of you to join up with us on this very fun adventure. We promise we're going to take you down the pop culture highway, debate the greatest culture questions of all time, and have a lot of fun with it. But to do that, we need the star of our show, and I'll turn over the mic, ladies and gentlemen, to the assassin himself, the modern day Lee Harvey Oswald, Portis the Assassin.
Thank you. My name is Portis. I came up with that moniker because I didn't want people to know my own identity. So I took it's actually derived from the band Portishead, if you can believe that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't want people to know who I was online, so I came up with this moniker called Portis.
Really? I just thought it was one of those names you used to use in the Federal Witness Protection Program.
No, I was trying to get a job, hence I get the job, but I changed it. I actually used my own name on all the social media platforms, and then I changed it to Portis. And let's see, what do you need to know about Portis? I'm having issues with lactose right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like to give out my age because I don't think age is really that relevant after 25. Because after 25, after 25 you can rent a car. So
yeah,
I don't like to give out my age, but I'm at an age now where certain dairies are really questionable.
Yeah.
And to all our sports fans out there, if I'm on the offensive line, just follow me, because if there's a bathroom in sight, we're going to the Super Bowl.
The final dairy days of Portis the Assassin.
I swear to God, it doesn't matter. You can trot them all out. You can trot down the McDonald's and the Dairy Queens and the Starbucks. If they put some kind of whipped topping on the top of the drink, just send me. You should just give me a diaper and send me to the bathroom, because I am not going to make it. But what else can I say? My tolerance for BS at this stage, I think I kind of put up with it a lot. Is very thin. I mean, it's next to nothing. Like I have such my tolerance for BS is so razor thin.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from a lifelong Chicago Bears fan. You know where it's coming from.
And I am coming out of Chicago. I should have mentioned that. One of the worst cities and one of the worst states. The worst run cities. But we don't want to get too political on the show, I know. But I think you just cost us the Illinois Department of Tourism as a sponsor.
Way to go there, Portis.
Well, I said run. I didn't say that it's the worst. I said run. The worst run city, and it is the worst run state.
But you know what? What you said a little bit ago about wearing the diaper, and that perception of what people can look into that. And this is totally going off. That has nothing to do with the show or whatever like that, but it reminds me of something. I don't even believe I'm going to even share this with y'all. Years ago, I was taking my kids to the movie theater, right? But before the movie theater, my mama brought in some sauerkraut and pork, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what sauerkraut and pork would do to somebody. But then I ate it before we went to the movies. And,
oh, boy.
Good, right? It was good. So we went to the movie, and I don't even know what movie it was. But, we were eating the popcorn, $10 there.
Oh, boy.
The pop, $10 there.
This story is not going to end well, folks.
No, it's not. It's not. So, I'm feeling good, and after the movie, we're driving home, right? Then all of a sudden, my stomach started bubbling, and I said, we have a problem. Because I'm thinking, well, I can hold it. Okay, I can hold it until we get home. So we're driving, and it takes about maybe 8 minutes from the movie theater to get to my house, right? Well, unfortunately, in front of my kids, they were all three in the back.
Oh, no.
I blew.
Boy.
I blew all over the whole seat. I felt like an idiot. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, boy.
It was very, very vile. And my kids' eyes were so white that they didn't know what was going on. They were holding their noses. It was really bad. So I got home, and I'm not sitting in the seat. I'm like arched up in the back and everything. I put on the gas and the brake, trying to drive after blowing up. And I get home. I put the car in park. I get out and I run to the bathroom like that was going to do anything. And that was a very embarrassing moment. But anyway, folks.
I just
Yep.
I have vomited and defecated in public on many occasions. Ever since I remember that threshold we talked about.
Yeah.
I really had to go. Like it was go time, and I was in a supermarket or something like that, and I'm searching for a bathroom, and that's one thing about supermarkets, they hide that bathroom. Like,
yeah, like it's a government secret.
Like they don't exist. So I'm like near the butcher, like the meat department, and I'm like just that little swinging door. I just kind of go into the back, and I'm looking for the bathroom, and I found it. It's right there, and I'm doing a beeline for it, and then some little like 18-year-old college kid comes out and says, "Excuse me, what are you doing back here?" And I'm like, I'm gonna go use that bathroom right there. And he says, "Oh, that's for that's not for customers." And I'm like, "Well, it's either the bathroom or it's the
the
so which one
floor.
do you want, buddy?" And I mean aisle 6. It's gonna be the whole aisle. Needless to say, he did allow me to use the bathroom.
Folks, this is the raw, brutal, no BS, unfiltered truth you can expect at every episode of Three Blind Mice, without question.
Absolutely.
Let me just reiterate, it would have been the whole aisle.
But yeah, folks, but Portis is absolutely right, Jay. I mean, we've all been there where you try to find you're in a situation where you need a restroom bed, you pull over, try to the closest department store, restaurant, and these things are hid like government secrets, like literally like the U.S. nuclear codes. I mean, it's crazy. It's like if you've ever tried to find a restroom, folks, at Lowe's or Menards or any kind of lawn care or outdoor store, yeah, you're gonna be searching, and you're gonna be going to the back. You're gonna be literally running a mile to the back of that warehouse trying to find one. So it's and
just to touch on my situation, I had 3 kids in the back. I am like on a surfboard in my seat, and it was very loud. It's going all over the place. I had a rash for 12 days, which is too much TMI, whatever. Yeah. But but enough about that, folks.
Well, I don't know what is worse, throwing up in front of like loved ones, people you know, or throwing up in front of. I think it's probably strangers. It's better.
Well, the thing about strangers, though, that no one will really remember you before that by name. I guess I would take the stranger route, because at least your identity for the most part is safe. Now, if you do it in front of loved ones, your coworkers, or classmates, then that's a story that's going to follow you everywhere. In a lot of cases, there probably will be a nickname associated with that story that people will remember you by for years to come.
Yeah, like Poopy Butt.
Hey, I live in New York, and that whole city smells like a toilet. So,
the mayor got on.
If you get sick in public, they can't tell the difference. So,
wow.
But enough about the New York Knicks, Clay.
Yeah. So basically, guys, let's tell the folks, how we came up with the thinking and the idea of Three Blind Mics. I remember, I think it was was it last summer?
Yeah, it was last summer. At the Real Hot Rod, your lovely daughter, your lovely oldest daughter, was getting married, and I think we came up with the genesis of it then, that this could be a one-stop shop place for folks who love podcasts, who love to debate the greatest pop culture questions of today and yesterday, where we can kind of take them on this interesting road where we kind of, throw it all out there. What makes, the greatest guy movie of all time, or, what makes the most scandalous Hollywood affair of all time, or what makes the catchiest rock and roll song of all time. Things like these, things that, guys, girls, have been debating at, at summertime barbecues or at the water cooler at work for years. We could kind of, deep dive into that and solve these pop culture questions that have had America, arguing amongst itself for decades or even centuries.
Absolutely. And Portis, do you remember when we were home in Illinois, and we were sitting around, me, you, and Cletrodamus and everything, and this is like a norm every time we all three get together, is that we always talk about some form of entertainment, and we could talk about it for hours.
Oh, folks, and, we can go beyond when the cows come home, hot rod.
Oh, and people gather around, and it's entertaining and everything. Do you remember when we were all together at that time? And
I remember there was 2 occasions we were at that the thing at our mother's house. I think she was talking about toppling the government, and we had to go somewhere because the train had already gone off the track. She was and so that would be Cletrodamus and my mother talking about some grand design redoing our government system. And then also at your daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
And we just had a conversation, and it was nice. It was a free flow. See, that's what I like. I like just talking and hearing people's ideas, and not being, not worrying about the filter.
Right.
I mean, having a conversation, I'm like, you know what? This should be the show right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks listening, that's what our design for. We want this to be interactive. We want you to feel like this is 3 brothers, 3 friends, just talking pop culture, talking just like you do, at your Thanksgiving dinners with your family, or, your get-togethers with friends. We want you to be part of this. And you can expect this as we lead you down the road to nowhere. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs, no BS, and a lot of great topics. And that's really kind of like the genesis, the kind of like the thesis of this show. We want it to be fun, and we promise we're going to try to deliver that for you every episode.
Absolutely. And let's give a shout out. And Cletrodamus, you can kind of piggyback off of this. How did this name 3 Blind Mics come about? If you remember.
Yeah, well, 3 Blind Mics, it's a great question, Hot Rod, too, because we're not, and none of the 3 of us are professing to be the be all end all, the prophet or the final word of any of these pop culture questions, even though we believe we are.
Hold on.
And
you call yourself Cletrodamus. So you're comparing yourself to Nostradamus? Is that the idea?
Well, the way it goes, a lot of people consider Nostradamus an early cousin of
but I named myself after one.
Absolutely. But we will tell you this. The final word we will deliver. Without question, the final word, what we say, will be gospel by the time we are done with this debate, because it will be so convincing, it will be so truthful, it will be so compelling. Our audience, with our hypnosis, will have no other option to say, you know what? These guys are right.
Yep.
I think we are a bunch of sensible fellows. I probably am the wild card of the bunch because I really have no filter at this point, and I'm the 2 beers. Do I have time to go and get another drink?
Yeah, go ahead, because actually I'm going to be going to get a little bit. I'm drinking a little bit of Evan Williams bourbon.
Ooh. A little fancy. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Well, if
I'm getting
run and get another,
I'm getting wild and crazy. I'm mixing H and 2O tonight, fellas.
Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
So while
feeling good.
While Portis is going to get that, basically the next and here's another thing, folks, is we are judgment free. For example, if I listen to a podcast, and I'm going to shout him out, Logan Paul. Okay. Now, Logan Paul, I think he's a great podcaster. He's a great athlete. And I will listen to his podcast, but there are some things I won't listen to is if he goes in, they start to curse and then they talk about maybe inappropriate things. I'm not going to judge him because we've all said things for that. I just won't watch that part of the episode. But I think he's an entertaining person. I think he's a good person.
Yep.
We all have our faults or whatever like that. But I'm not going to judge him. I can judge what he does, and I can modify if I choose to listen to him. But what this show is I think we're going to give people of not all ages, but maybe the late teens and all the way up to whatever 90 if you live.
Absolutely. Well said, Hot Rod. Our audience demo is about 16 to 160. So we want everybody to be this podcast to be accessible to everyone.
You told me 107, and I don't want to be fraudulent.
Yeah, and we'll even dumb it down if we have cattle out there listening on the farm. We want to make sure we have something for everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, This podcast is for dogs apparently. For Jerry, it's for everybody. Just to piggyback on what you said, John. I mean, I genuflect to the altar of Bill Maher. I love Bill Maher. I love Howard Stern. I love Bill Hicks. I love all kinds of different comedians. So, but lately it's been Bill Maher. I think Bill Maher is an absolute genius. I thrown around a lot, but he just gives this kind of viewpoint of where he sees things, and it's not filtered through necessarily, oh, he's a Democrat or he's a liberal or he's
organic.
It's just organic. It's like, this is the way I see things. And lately I've always been a big Bill Maher fan. Lately he's just been hitting the nail on the head like crazy.
It's funny that you said that, Portis, is because your sister, my wife, and I know Bill Maher is I think he's liberal, but hold on, trust.
Are you doing something with your microphone, Hot Rod? Because it sounds like you're swallowing it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Can you stop doing that? Thanks.
Okay. But my wife, she's been really getting into Bill Maher.
Oh, he's great. If you don't know about Bill Maher at this point, with everything that's going on with this political cancel culture, the woke the woke methodology that's going on today, and it seems like almost all facets of not only entertainment but also in our political structures, we need voices like his. That's all I'm going to say.
And what my understanding is he may be liberal to a point, but he doesn't shove that down people's faces. He will call out things that what the right does, whether it's wrong or right, or the left does wrong or right. He's kind of in the middle. He just doesn't shove his real political views down people's throats. He can meet people in the middle, basically.
Right. He has his personal beliefs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's also able to kind of open his viewpoint to a lot of other ideas, so he's not pigeonholed into one area.
Right. So
yeah, and you're right, Portis. Today, particularly in the podcast world, having that open mind instead of having the tunnel vision, it's like your beliefs are the highway. It's very rare. Nobody's doing it better, in my opinion. I think you're right, guys, than Bill Maher. But also, too, what we want to do, folks, too, is we're going to be telling stories. We'll be telling stories. We want this to be engaging, too. We'll be telling stories of our the first time we saw Top Gun, or, the first time we heard, Michael Jackson's Thriller, all those memories that was our universally relatable to everyone listening. We'll take you down that road as well. Because we've all been there, we all can remember, the first time we saw Back to the Future, or for today's kids, the first time they might have heard Taylor Swift on the radio, things like that. It's that universal pop culture, pot that we all can mix together, that we're all part of. And that will be, folks, the adventure and the journey we'll be taking you on in every episode of Three Blind Mics in the Road to Nowhere.
And the most...
John, did you tell our audience that we don't know the subjects of what, like, we're just going to talk off the cuff? Did you explain that?
Well, basically in the, our intro before we go and do the show, it kind of hits on that. But that's what I want to hit on is, so basically, folks, is, we've been working on this for probably over close to a year. And we all came up with 10 topics that we feel that, people would resonate with. So we got 30 topics of entertainment, whether it's sports, music, pole vaulting, no pole dancing now. Oh, that's another show.
Pole vaulting.
That's for Three Blind Mics After Dark.
That was my major in college, was pole vaulting.
I know, and basically in 2001, you won. Well, that's another story too.
Well, unfortunately, it was my. I don't want to get too blue, but it was my own pole.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Folks, we are dead serious about this being exactly, Portis. Yeah. So dead serious about this being an ad-lib show that John Jay, talk about Real Hot Rod, talk about the security procedures we take with these topics. None of us see them. I think you've built like a bunker in your backyard, 20 feet deep. You've encased it in steel. You have 24/7 security guarding that, just to ensure that none of us is tipped off, that any of the three of us is tipped off to the topic before we record. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I'll even do better than that. So basically, we have 30 topics, okay, which is going to be 30 shows. Then after that, we'll do more. So we basically take these 30 topics and I kind of put them in a randomizer online, okay? And, after the show begins, we'll go to the randomizer, and the randomizer will basically tell us what the topic of the show is. And we will go to the topic. Now, here's the thing, folks. We're not seeing each other. We're doing this through a software app called Anchor, okay, which is connected to Spotify, and this will be on also YouTube. We don't see each other's reactions or anything, and that's why I think this is going to be really, really good, because we're going off the cuff.
Absolutely. The reason we live in 3 different states is to keep this spontaneity of this podcast.
And this has been in the making for 27 years.
Yeah.
So, okay, now, fellas, okay, to end the show out, okay, I have a topic for you two, okay, which, nobody, you guys didn't know that we're going to have an actual topic and everything. I'm the only one in this, at the show in this time, knows what the topic is.
Wait a minute, that wasn't in my contract.
What's that?
That wasn't in my show contract. Wait a minute.
Well, you gotta read
the fine print.
Not the fine print. You gotta read the no print.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta take another swig of bourbon. Hold on. Oh my goodness, that's why I haven't got COVID. Well, no, I did get because I quit drinking bourbon. But anyway, okay. Here's the topic, guys, and this is kind of a serious topic. Does the form of entertainment that you enjoy control you?
Whew, that is a $1 million question. And I would say, if I could kick it off, guys, that for the majority of Americans, I would say yes, because isn't it funny, guys, that the entertainment that we choose, whether it's on a weekend after work or whatever, is so much related to the mood we're in. Like if I'm like, for me, it's turning my brain off. I want something where I don't have to think. It could just be just be comfort noise, comfort food. And there's no better comfort food in the world for not thinking. Am I right, brothers? Than professional wrestling. So that's it for me. When it comes to like having a form of entertainment where I can just relax and not have to think about the thing in the world, it's professional wrestling, and it puts me in a place, just a relaxed place. And I think for a lot of people, whether you're like my wife who loves Hallmark movies and watches Hallmark Christmas movies 24/7 if you let her,
Oh, good.
or if yeah, or yeah, or if you're somebody who looks chick flicks or action movies, you're gonna go there because you're looking for that form of escapism from your everyday life. And for me, that's what I'm looking for in entertainment. Just escapism from the stresses and the responsibilities of work in my life.
What about you, Portis?
Well, just to kind of pull the veil back a little bit, I'm a father. And when I was younger, I was so cool, man. I could follow a plot, and I didn't need the rewind button. Who needs it? But now that I'm a father, and now that I got a 2-year-old who's an absolute menace, I say that with peace and love.
Peace and love.
And
Peace and love.
I got currently a 6-year-old who knows everything. Is a lawyer. He should be a lawyer right now. He'll find every nuance that you said that was wrong, and you're like, hey, I thought, and you're like, I cannot follow a show right now. So I cannot follow a show with a plot. So yes, professional wrestling, sports, like a live game, Family Guy, American Dad, some of these shows, Seinfeld, King of Queens, those are some of the ones I like, because you don't have to rewind and go, wait, that was his daughter. That was his daughter. Now they're making out. How, so since I had kids, man, anything with a plot, I can't read a book. I didn't read that, to be honest, but there was an occasion.
Did you ever own a book?
Read a book, and if it's got some kind of plot in it, man, it's like, forget it.
Yeah.
Next.
Off limit stages zone.
Well,
I can't stand. So I like a lot of that loose. I don't know. Entertainment right now. Like that.
Well, for me, fellas, the word control, there has been certain times in my life that I have allowed certain forms of entertainment to control me. For example, I'm a big video gamer. Okay. I love Call of Duty. Okay. Every time a Call of Duty comes out, and this is for the last 20 years. Okay. And matter of fact, Call of Duty, the new one, Modern Warfare 2, which is, I'm playing the beta right now. That comes out October 28th.
Yeah, but John, didn't you just have like a forum where you went and killed all your fellow combatants? I remember specifically you sending me videos of you playing Call of Duty, and you would get frustrated, and you would just turn on your fellow compatriot and just kill them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good story. So basically, that's rage. That's a different topic. That's a different topic, which I'll touch on. But my point is that sometimes I allow video games to control me to the point where I have to ask myself, am I neglecting my marital duties? Am I neglecting my parental duties? And unfortunately, sometimes yes, because I get so trapped up into video games. I thrive on the competition of online game playing, where I can go around and sit in corners and shoot somebody and camp and do it all hours of the night and everything. But over the last few years, I've gotten a lot better. So,
well, I think a lot of that is your wife taking all your games, putting them in the safety deposit box, and locking them down at the bank. Did that help a little bit, Jay?
No, that makes me actually really upset, Cleet. Cletrodamus. There's the rage coming out.
Don't give away my secret identity, man. Do you know how long I've worked developing this persona?
I would say for me, it's the phone. Just anything that's on the phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Clayton. I think you spoke for the world right there at Portis. That the phone. I mean, if you get away from it, you can lose half your life just scrolling through nonsense.
Oh my God, hours, and you're like
2 hours. That's not bad at all. I'm talking about losing like 2 years of your life.
No, you can be like, you can just sit there and scroll for 2 hours and you look at the clock and it's 10 o'clock when you start and you look at the clock and it's noon and you're like, where did 2 hours go?
Exactly.
And you know what the thing is when your kid turns to you and says, Daddy, do you love that phone more than me? And I'm like,
oh,
yeah.
All right, yep. Time to lock this phone in the safety deposit box.
And you have to say, oh, not, I don't. And then you're like, but hold on. Got somebody made a comment on Twitter and I gotta answer it.
But folks, this is what you're in for. Every episode.
I love you, son.
Folks, you are hearing a star in the making. We introduce you to Portis the Assassin. He is the star of Three Blind Mics in the Road to Nowhere, and he's just getting started.
We're all stars, Cleet. You know that stars are little suns.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Stars are. Yeah.
I did not know that until my son, who we just talked about, brought that up. Because learning all this about, I did not know that stars were like basically our sun.
Right, and when we talk about Portis' son, folks, who's 6, we are talking about a person I will predict, Cletrodamus will predict now, will be the first person on the planet Mars. About 20, 25 years down the road. This kid is that brilliant when it comes to outer space.
Well, yeah, but you're forgetting, Cleet, that I'm gonna, because he hasn't been listening.
Yeah, you hold the keys to his future.
Why would he need to listen to his dad? Why listen to Dad?
Alrighty, folks. Well, folks, this kind of wraps up our first episode. We truly, truly appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We will have more content on a weekly basis. And, you guys want to say anything to the people before we leave?
Folks, if you thought this was good, next week we will deep dive into Portis the Assassin's whereabouts on November 22nd, 1963 in Dallas. You can't miss it. So join us next time for the most exciting, revealing, can't miss episode of Three Blind Mics in the Road to Nowhere.
And I would like to close with saying that yes, I may have alienated all the Chicagoans that might be listening to this broadcast.
That's the third largest media market in the country.
Yeah, but I think I also brought in all the men who need the adult diapers. So
there you go.
I brought in that demographic, and then I shunned another, but. That's what
Depends for men's. Depends for men's. Coming to a podcast near you next time on Three Blind Mics in the Road to Nowhere. Brothers, this was awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
That was good. Yeah. You didn't make me as mad this time, Cleet.
And we'll see you at the next show.
The Three Blind Mics is sponsored by the Family Proud, Family Strong Network via YouTube and powered by the Digital Media Productions.